Aloha, welcome to Yogi Tea Time, episode 29. I'm Steph, and we're going to be talking about discernment today. So just get yourself settled with your favorite cup of tea or coffee. And today I'm just drinking water because I feel like I've been lacking water. Cheers to you. And water is just basic drink that we all need, and sometimes um, even tea doesn't do it. And when we need to hydrate ourselves, and you can also program water with words of gratitude and words that raise your vibration. So when you intake it, it's even better for you and really nourishes you and cleanses you from inside out. Um, so let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you're watching this on replay, just know that you have found this video exactly at the time that you need, and there are no coincidences. So, welcome to the Turtle Flo Soul Fam. And be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you will be notified of all my new posts and when the next virtual tea time is. So this is just a time for us to take a break, pause, have a cup of tea, coffee, water, or even wine, and um, just support each other, come in community to inspire each other to be our most authentic, creative selves, um, and support each other to take it to the next level. So, if you're on the live, if you're watching this live, feel free to talk amongst yourselves as well as respond to my questions and topics. And I have a format and a topic that I try to stay with, but we can be very casual with this. So um, whatever you need support with, let me know. So just let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat or in the comments if you're watching this on replay. Also, let me know what your favorite drink is or what you're drinking today. And hello, Rachel. So happy to see you. Hope you're well. And happy September. We're going into the fall season. So hope you're looking forward to kind of going more down to earth and taking care of yourself. This is a great time to really tune into our bodies and setting up a new routine so that you can really support yourself by increasing vitality so that you can show up to create what you are here to create and give you that motivation and energy and shift in your energy so that you can also manifest more effortlessly. So it's really important to do our inner work. So the reason that's why I wanted to talk about discernment today, and especially um, those of us who are more into the creative endeavors, highly sensitive people, empaths, also known as empaths. Um, Discernment is one of the key in terms of honoring our energy so that we don't get overly bombarded with requests by others, and also discerning what is true for us so that you can set strong boundaries but with an open heart so you can still interact and be with people that you love without getting sucked in. And especially nowadays, um, especially a lot of empaths also tend to draw narcissists in especially intimate relationships or even really close friendships. And it's also important to discern what's true for you and not, in order to tap into that authentic creativity you're here to create. Especially during these last few years, um, with the cancel culture, you can just say one little thing and you get canceled, and a lot of friendships have ended over certain topics that I'm not gonna get too into, but it's been a very divided country, all over the world over certain topics, especially in relation to the pandemic that we went through. So we're here to honor each other, but at the same time, really honor your own truth. So that's why the discernment comes in. And a lot of empaths are also, one of the characteristic is the people pleasing. So we end up saying yes because you also feel what others are feeling as if it's your own. It's really hard to say no. So over the years, learning to say no and honoring your energy level is very important to stay connected to your mission of what you're here to do, especially if you're on this journey to find your authentic creativity. And that way, you're more open to connect with your soul family that will support you in where you want to go. So I just found this quote today saying, no matter what you do, a person that won't love you will never love you, no matter what you do to please them. And no matter what you do, people who will love you for who you are will always be by your side and love you no matter what. So that's the unconditional love. And you can disagree with certain topics and honor each other's truth. Know that we're all here to create what is unique for us, our mission here, our purpose. And that is by connecting to your higher self and going within and doing the work. So I'll be talking about the discernments, different ways that you can discern, because sometimes, especially as an empath, it can get very hard to distinguish what is your truth versus and what your true feelings are. because we take on so much of other people's feelings and other people's energies. So sometimes it can get like really meshed up to a point, if you're always so open and giving and over giving and people pleasing, you can really own and take on other people's energies, their emotions, because you can really feel other people's thoughts and feelings, especially when you've developed your psychic abilities, intuitive energy, energetically, your intuitive skills. So it's a gift, but that's the shadow side of being an empath and highly sensitive, creative person. So the more you can connect to your higher self, the more you can tap into your truth while still loving and be caring for other people. And I've been to many, many lectures with Marianne Williams over the years. So in the Course in Miracles, she talks about the positive no. So, in my early years, I've really gotten to be very, my sense of humor was very sarcastic. And I thought saying no means, or being true, being very truth sometimes is being mean. Sometimes you can come across mean if you're being really brutally truth. And some things are not worth saying, even if they're thinking it. So there's the opposite end. So when you're trying to be too truthful, sometimes it can come across in a mean way, but you can really learn the more work you do to connect to your higher self and honoring your own truth while honoring other people's truth and raising your vibration into that unity consciousness. You don't have to put other people down or prove them wrong for you to own your truth. And that takes a lot of times and years to do that. And with Marianne Williamson's lectures, she talks about a lot about positive no. So you can say no in a nice way. And oftentimes, you can just respectfully decline and use a lot of kind words, but being very firm with what your needs and want are. So being very clear and direct. So you don't want to be passive aggressive or beating around the bush or not answering when you're saying no, but give a very honest but kind answer with gratitude. So that's pretty much where you can start to practice not being so people pleasing. So that way you don't have to offend anyone, but still own your truth. And just because it's your truth, you don't have to also force it on other people either. So it kind of goes both ways. And I'm looking down a lot because so I can change the overlay. So let me know if you have people pleasing tendencies and what's worked for you to get over it. And then now we're even afraid to speak our truth because everyone's getting canceled so easily, or you're losing friendships over very over topics that didn't used to matter before. So it's even more important nowadays to I think remember that we are all unique and to honor each other's truths. And ultimately, your higher self will guide you to what is right for you and listening to your body. So, your body never lies, and which is why this is a great time to do a lot of cleansing. Sometimes the food that you eat can confuse you also. So, if you want to have more clarity to what is truth for you, having very clean diet or just doing like a 1 day fast if you want to be more gentle with yourself, if you're not used to fasting, you don't want to do anything too extreme too suddenly, or maybe just starting exercise routine or stretching, maybe adapting a gratitude journal. It could be something you do simple for 5 minutes. It's better to do short and consistent practice over 21 to 40 days to really see the difference and change your projection energetically. And that way you can be very clear of what your truth is. So today I'm going to try to keep it very short and sweet. So I just did a Virgo new moon intention video a few days ago. We had our Virgo new moon on on Saturday. So Virgo is all about setting up your daily routine, um, being very dedicated to work, and it's an Earth sign, so it's really good to tap into what new healthy habits that would be most helpful for you right now. So I did Reiki meditation to help you set an intention and also tap you into the small action changes that you need to make, tapping into your higher self so that you can get that answer for yourself. So you can tap into what would serve you the best at this moment to help you increase your vitality on a physical level, and that will affect your mental and emotion. So the basic is physical, and the discernment is also the first step before you can set boundaries and learning your truth, and also to connect to your higher self to get that guidance for what's right for you. Discernment is also very important in figuring out what would be healthy for your own body, because as I said, we live in such an information overloaded society, and everyone tries to follow the trend of what's healthy. And if you watch all the diets that happen over the years, what's even the diet is very trendy. It's really led by corporations for profit. So anything that's very trendy, you don't want to just follow it blindly. You always want to tune into your own body, and that's what that Human in Virgo intention Reiki meditation that I just uploaded a few days ago also helps you to do. So it's not just for Virgo new moon, but anytime you need to tap into really discern. So once you connect to your truth, then sometimes it could conflict with the truth. As I said, the trend of, at one point they said Earth is flat. I mean, there's still flat earthers. And then they say it's round. So depending on the time that you're living in, the information that comes out, um, and then some say carbs bad. I mean, hot, pure white sugar is always bad, no matter what. But for some people, you need complex carbohydrates. Other people need more meat. Vegan is good for one person, but not for other. So you just want to be very mindful and eat with kindness and blessing and gratitude. So that's the your truth versus the truth. And again, everybody's truths can be different. And it's all, when it comes down to it, it's all perspective. So I hope that I'm not confusing you more, but this is how we are growing at this time. The more people that can really tap into your own truth and live by that, sometimes that truth can lead to a more challenging path, lonely path, and difficult. But over time, you will be rewarded in many ways and more. But again, you're not tied to the outcome when you do those things. And your truth can also change over time, depending on the work that you do on yourself, the growth, and as the earth is growing. We're all ascending energetically, whether you believe it or not. On an energetic level, the whole earth is changing. That's why, especially during this pandemic, it's a big cleanup and it's like a reset. So fall is also a great time to do cleanses and reset your body. Like I said, you can do a very gentle soup cleanse. It doesn't have to be a juice cleanse or cold raw juice. Um, for some people, that's not good for you. So again, just trying it, tune into your body and see what works for you. And again, what worked for you a few years ago might not work for you now. And our whole body changes. You completely change every cell in your body every 7 years. So keep that in mind. And it also depends on your environment, your stress level, work that you're doing, your lifestyle changes, environmental changes that all affect. So that's why it's really important to show up every day, tune in, listen to your body, and really discern what your truth is, and then live to honor that. Every action you do, every goal you set should honor the truth. That is the most optimal for you. So I hope I'm not going too fast and I'm making sense. So in order to tune into your truth, that's why it's important to do practices that help you to go within and listen. And it doesn't mean you sit and do meditation. You could just do nature walks every day and get really quiet and still. You have to create that space for stillness. And all these practices, again, consistency is key. It's better to do shorter practices that you gradually and simple practice that you can do easily every day rather than a big try to make these huge changes, taking one step, small action at a time. So even when you're making a goal setting, you want to set very small goals that are doable towards your bigger goal. And I don't know about you, but I like to do check off or cross off um, any accomplishments. It just makes you feel like you're accomplishing on a physical, visually. So I like to also do that. And then ultimately, all this discernment, setting boundaries, letting go of people pleasing, connecting to your higher self and your truth. That's how you connect to the authentic creativity that you are here to create and share with the world. That's your assignment, your mission, and that we are all unique little waves that make up the big wave. So, ultimately we are all one, and what we're looking for is that unconditional love, joy, abundance, and inner peace. But we're all here to create, to make this earth experience, earth a better place, more loving, abundant, peaceful place for all. And that's what your authentic creativity helps to contribute. So for some it could be a um, very life-changing inventor for everyone, or you could be impacting one person in your life. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the scale. Doesn't matter what it is. So please share um, if this helps you, and if you still have any questions regarding discernment and what challenges you have towards discernment. So in lastly, I'm just gonna share ways outside of everything that I've just mentioned, simple ways to figure out and discern. When a choice comes to you, when options comes to you to make a decision, and if you happen to be the type of person who has a hard time making a choice or decision, um, there are some simple methods that you can use, and that is your body. So as I've mentioned, your body doesn't lie. That's why the more you clear and eat clean, healthy food that is right for your body type, your energetic makeup that makes you vital, the more clear you can think and make powerful decisions. And your intuition will also be very strong. So, one thing that's really important, as I mentioned at the beginning of this live stream, is so that you don't get meshed and mingled with other people's energy and emotions, creating confusion. Um, you want to do like Epsom salt baths if that calls to you. If you don't like bath, you can just do scrubs in the shower with Epsom salt. So salt is one of the best cleansers to really clear your energy. And then do some clearing meditations. And if you believe in angels, you can ask Archangel Michael to cut negative cords so you can discern what is yours, your feeling. And then just doing grounding meditation to really ground you into the earth physically, and clearing your aura, clearing your chakras. Any of those type of meditation really works. And when I list all these different methods, tune in and see what lights you up. So the best way to discern, just like that Marie Kondo, even when she's doing the organizing to figure out what you can throw away, what you keep, what you donate, she makes you tap into see what sparks joy. So it's the same thing. Anytime a choice comes to you, notice what that immediate reaction is. If something like sparks and lights you up from inside, that's usually yes. And then if it kind of creates like a heavy condensed feeling, it's usually no. And sometimes a fear of not being good enough can also feel like constricted and afraid, and you know, you might say no to certain things because you feel like you're not good enough. But there's a difference between just really being excited about it because you want to do it, it's your calling, versus the fear. So the more you tune into your body, the more you can really discern what's caused by fear and what is a true yes or no for you. And the more you do work to clear your fear, know what's the dominant fear at the time, like not feeling good enough or people pleasing in general, and work on that. So the more you release that, then that's how you can tap in to what lights you up, what doesn't. And if you want to use tools, you can also use pendulum. So pendulum is this string, usually like a metal chain, light, very thin metal chain with the crystal hanging at the bottom with the point. It's like a pointy crystal that points to the bottom. And then before you ask a question, you can tell it to say yes is, sideways, no is circle or whatever. And then ask the question and be very still. And usually the pendulum will swing certain way. Another way you can tell your body with your body whether something is yes or no is you'll notice yourself leaning forward when it's yes, leaning back when it's no. Okay, so I hope that helps you. So thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to wrap up here today. And if you have any requests for topics you would like me to discuss, you can always leave it in the comments or in the chat. And if you ever want to come on as a guest and share, you can always share your experience on the topic with me. And you can just let me know beforehand. And once I upload the live announcement. So have a wonderful month of September. And if you're a Virgo, happy birthday. I am Steph and I'm Pisces. So Virgo is my complementary sign. So I'm always happy to connect with Virgos. I don't have too many Virgos in my chart. I mean, Virgo in my chart, but I sorry, that's my neighbor's dog barking. But yeah, I'm always happy to connect with Virgos. So wishing you happy discernment, and I wish you all the best this September and through the end of the year. So we made it through 2022. And thank you so much for being part of Turtle Flo Soul Fam. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to this channel. Click the notification bell, like and comment. And thank you so much for sharing your experience. And share it with anyone you think might benefit from the information I shared today. So, till next month, go within, find your inner sparkle. Namaste. And I also like to say aloha. So thank you so much.